Breaking news today. The jet crash that reportedly killed Wagner boss Prigozhin. 10 people were reported dead after a private jet crashed north of Moscow, including Yevgeny Prigozhin, the leader of the Russian mercenary force Wagner. 2 months to the day after Prigozhin led his fighters in a brief mutiny against Russia's military leadership, their plane crashed. On Ukraine's Independence Day, the Ministry of Defense extends gratitude to the country's partners. In honor of Ukraine's Independence Day, the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense has begun what it calls a marathon of gratitude to its allies on X. The Ministry of Defense has thanked a large number of countries in a variety of posts, some of which feature videos or illustrative images. Putin has not yet responded to news of Prigozhin's death. While the rest of the world reacted quickly to the news of Wagner's death, Russia's president remained silent. At the time that Prigozhin's plane was said to have crashed on Wednesday evening, Putin was at a televised concert commemorating the 80th anniversary of the Battle of Kursk. 2 months to the day after the crash, Wagner mercenaries rebelled against the Russian military, shooting down several aircraft and killing at least 13 Russian service members as Prigozhin's forces advanced on Moscow. Putin made no mention of the crash. Putin claimed that Wagner betrayed Russia and will answer for it during the mutiny, but later allowed Prigozhin and his fighters to redeploy to Belarus. Putin said at the time, "This is a stab in the back of our troops and the people of Russia." At least 7 people were hurt in Russia's missile attack on Dnipro, the governor said. New information is emerging about the Dnipro, Ukraine, attack. In the dead of night, Dnipro was rocked by powerful explosions. On Thursday, local governor Sergei Lysyk posted on Telegram that the city had been attacked by missiles from the enemy. 7 people were hurt, he said, and homes and utilities were destroyed or damaged. He also noted that 6 of the 7 injured had been taken to the hospital. The official firing of Russian General Surovikin, a former ally of Prigozhin, has been noted for its timing. According to Catherine Stoner, director of Stanford University's Center on Democracy, Development, and the Rule of Law, Prigozhin's plane crash occurred around the same time that news emerged that Russian General Sergei Surovikin had been officially removed from his position as head of Russia's aerospace forces. Surovikin was previously the commander of Russian forces in Ukraine, but he has not been seen in public since the brief Wagner mutiny in June. In Prigozhin's power struggles with Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu and Chief of General Staff Valery Gerasimov, he was a key ally. The military, I believe, is divided on how the war has progressed. Stoner told Reuters that both Prigozhin and Surovikin were likely to have had supporters within the Russian military. So, she said, making sure those people have been demoted or removed, which has happened with some lower-ranking members of the Russian military over the past month or so. Ukraine's intelligence chief said that in recent attacks on Russian airfields, Ukrainian forces destroyed 2 Tu-22 bombers and damaged 2 more. Russia is believed to have lost a nuclear-capable Tu-22M3 supersonic long-range bomber during an attack on the Soltsi military airfield in the Novgorod region, according to military intelligence gathered by the United Kingdom. There were 2 total losses and 2 partial losses. Ukraine's head of intelligence Kyrylo Budanov said as much in a TV interview with Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty's Ukrainian service on Wednesday night. According to Budanov, a 5th Russian plane may have been damaged or destroyed during the attacks. To paraphrase, these were people who carried out certain tasks from Russian territory, he said of the attackers who downed the planes. 2 Russian airfields, Soltsi on Saturday and Shaykovka in the Kaluga region on Monday, were reportedly attacked by drones, according to official reports. According to Russian reports, 1 military plane was shot down in the initial attack. Putin probably figured Prigozhin wouldn't turn into a martyr. A gathering of thinkers, the Institute for the Study of War, ISW, a think tank based in Washington, D.C., concluded that Putin, almost certainly, ordered Russia's military command to shoot down the plane on which Prigozhin was reportedly traveling. According to the ISW, Putin likely calculated that he could remove Prigozhin without turning him into a martyr for the remaining Wagner personnel, after successfully weakening and separating the Wagner boss from his mercenary force over recent months. According to the ISW, Putin may have decided that he could safely kill Prigozhin because Wagner personnel had become sufficiently more interested in payments and deployments with these new PMCs, private military companies, than their continued loyalty to Prigozhin. Wagner's founder, Dmitry Utkin, was also rumored to be on the plane, and their assassinations will have dramatic impacts on Wagner's command structure and the Wagner brand, ISW said. Wagner leaders and soldiers may start to feel insecure or lose morale. Since Prigozhin was the one to advocate for Wagner employees and secure new opportunities, his absence may further lead to the degradation of the Wagner grouping, ISW said.